So, I have always known from the time that I started making these videos that at some point I was going to attempt to explain the meaning of life. And so I'm trying to do that now. Unfortunately, with my first attempt, this happened.
Okay. One moment, please. Okay, so.
But afterwards, I did make a second go at it, and it did come out a little bit better, though it's kind of rambly, a little bit long. So I'm sort of afraid that people aren't going to pay attention because lately it doesn't seem like anybody cares about the meaning of life anymore. And, you know, once it seemed to me like it was a pretty important topic. But honestly, now that I figured it out, it's less important than you would imagine it should be. But if you're interested, here's my point of view on it, and I welcome any comments and other insights and opinions, facts, anything that I got wrong, because I'm pretty sure that I got more than a few things wrong. And yeah, so yeah, here's this, and thank you for watching.
How's it going? Thanks for coming to my channel. I have spent a fairly large portion of my own existence attempting to answer the question, what is the meaning of life? And I've come to the conclusion that this is not actually the question that we want answered. Because really, the meaning of life is really easy to figure out. So to begin with, there was nothing. And then there started to be something. And then there was a whole lot of something. And in the end, it will go back to being nothing. Now this parallels our own individual existences, where first you weren't, then you came, and you brought nothing with you. You will be here for a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit, and then you're going to be gone, and you will take nothing with you. Now, to us, time, our own existence, it seems, a healthy chunk of time, about 100 years. Being generous, you get to be here for 100 years. Most of us don't. But being generous, you get to be here for 100 years. 100 years to the universe as a whole is like nothing. So your existence is kind of inconsequential to the big picture of the all of existence. Now, so what we need to do is we kind of like focus. We can't think on a cosmological scale about individual people. It's just too big. We're too small. So we have to figure out, well, I am here. What am I supposed to do? Well, let me tell you. You are supposed to nothing. You can do whatever the heck you want. See, I can tell you what nature would have you do, because on our planet, the way that things work, things eat other things that are alive, and then they make more of themselves. And really, biologically, that's all you gotta do. You eat and you make more of you. And that's what everything that's alive biologically does. And that's not very fulfilling. But there's even, you don't really have to eat. You would perish. You don't have to make more of you, but then your kind would perish. But looking at it as just an individual, just you, just not the whole world, not, what is my species meant to do, just you. There's really only one thing that you have to do. And you don't get a choice. You do it whether you want to or not. To a certain extent. You have to be until you stop. And that's it. So, I'm sorry, but that is the meaning of life. You have to exist because you exist. You have to exist until you no longer exist. And you can, there's a lot of different ways that can come to an end. So then, the real question, I think, isn't so much what is my meaning, what is my purpose. I think the real question that we want to know is, what should I do? We're grasping for instructions, because I think instinctively we all know, there's nothing that we actually have to do. There isn't actually a purpose. We can make stuff up, and that's what religions are for. But getting off of that, if you're going to say, I'm not going to let somebody from 2,000 years ago tell me what I'm going to do today. They didn't even have toilets, So, what should we do? And I think that's for each person to figure out individually. However, I kind of think that there is instructions. See, we're only going to be here for this little blip of time. Other species have risen and fallen and over the course of thousands of years, and we've barely been here at all compared to them. And the way things are going, we might not be here too much longer. But, enthusiastically, with hope and belief in our species, we just might overcome death and last until the end of the universe. But eventually the universe does end. I mean, it has to. Whatever starts ends. So, we can't survive beyond the end of the universe. So, the thing I feel that is a thing to do, you don't have to do this, but because you come in with nothing and you are essentially, whatever you're doing is just killing time until you are nothing again, why not make the best of it? And I say, be happy and have fun and spread the love. But maybe that's not what you want to do. Maybe you're a selfish, ungrateful jerk who is not enthusiastic about being alive and just wants to make other people miserable. Trolls. So, you can do that too. But here's the thing. We are essentially, because our existence is such a short amount of time that it is as if we never existed at all. So it is as if, rather than being things, we are more like ideas. And as an idea, what you really want to do is be remembered. And the best way, as I have observed, to be remembered, essentially, you are not you. You are your image. And what you want to do is strike a pose that you feel exemplifies you at your best. And hold that pose for as long as you can. And I don't mean that literally like, like a mannequin. What I mean is, build your image and project that image so that people get what are you trying to say, and they will determine whether or not it's worthwhile. And so strike the pose, hold that pose for as long as you can, and then hope that other people will be impressed by it, will be impressed by your image, and you will stick in their memories for a while after you're gone. Some examples: Charlie Chaplin, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis. Michael Jackson is on his way. Others. Political people are pretty good at it. George Washington and, other political people. I'm just kidding. Like John Adams and Benjamin Franklin, and, you get what I'm saying. You project the image, hold it for as long as you can, and be remembered for as long as possible once you're gone. And that's it. Not the meaning of life, but, and I did give you the meaning of life, but also instructions. So, you're welcome. Bye for now.